One thing that I love about Kilimo Diaries is that we get to meet farmers who are doing their thing in quite an innovative manner.
And of course, one of the amazing things ni kwamba the young people are doing it. Kumaanisha kwamba farming ni fun.
And the interesting thing about today's episode is that we are delving into aquaculture.
What is the difference between aquaculture and fish farming? That's why siku ya leo tuko hapa Rongai kukutana naye Cynthia, Angie na Jack.
And they're doing it in vertical lakes, the only one in the entire world.
So they say.
So let's go meet Angie, Jack and Cynthia. Come with us.
And we're here finally.
Yes.
Hi, Sheila
Hello.
and Japheth.
Hi, how are you?
I am doing great, and you?
We're
We're
good.
fine.
Welcome to Vertical Lake.
So this is Vertical Lakes.
Yes.
All right. So as we want to get in
Yeah.
and to see this Vertical Lakes.
Yes.
But I'm seeing that kuna footbath hapa.
Yes.
Why is it important?
Because our major focus is on the health of the fish, and we have to be really keen on it. And we believe that anyone coming in might be a contaminant, so that's why we are disinfecting our feet and washing our hands. This is where the facility is, and I would like you to meet Jack to take you through the whole process and the system and the products that we deal with.
All right.
Asante.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
kwa poa sana. Hey, how are you? Yeah. Karibuni sana.
Bro, asante sana kwa kutukaribisha. Imekuwa safari sana all the way from Kiambu kufika hapa. Si rahisi lakini tumefika.
Karibu, karibu.
So probably just tell us who you are, hapa ni wapi, and what do you do here?
I'm Jack Oyugi, and I'm one of the co-founder and CEO at Vertical Lake. And what we do at Vertical Lake, we've explored a vertical aquaculture system, and we're imagining and we're thinking what aquaculture will look like, not for today, but for the future. Imagine a lake in the sky giving food and giving organic fertilizers for not only for food, but even for regenerating and replenishing our planet. So that's what we do here. Yes.
So ideally, Jaffe, we are by the lakeside.
We are imagining. Well, actually, it's a reality.
It's a reality,
It's a
yeah.
reality. So, bro, what is the difference now between the aquaculture and the fish farming?
Yes.
Tofauti ni gani?
Aquaculture is an advanced system of fish farming. So fish farming is a traditional way of growing fish, like the ponds or whatever we've been seeing. But then advanced systems that take consideration on how fish will be grown or reared is called aquaculture. So what we say with aquaculture is that aquaculture has to make sure that the fish welfare is taken care of. If you compare what we do here, we made sure that our system mimics the lake system, where water flows like the lake system. So the welfare of the fish in terms of even the oxygen, dissolved oxygen requirement, the purity of water, and even the freshness of water required for fish to grow is taken care of. So that means the fish becomes more healthy and grows very fast. As compared to a normal fish farming, that may be like a pond system, you might find that the pond is depleted of oxygen and many other things that can also interfere with the growth rate of fish. The other thing is even the water quality. We look at why we call this an aquaculture system. So it's a movement. So we make sure that do we look at aquaculture in a sustainable way? So how do we even save the amount of water we use in this system? How do we even save space? How do we make sure that we even save in terms of greenhouse emissions, in terms of waste generations? Because you realize that fish farming, you have to pump waste or water to the environment. So aquaculture is a movement that is geared to restoring our environment. Make sure that whatever we do does not interfere with our systems, but also it improves and helps us get protein and fish, for example, but also we have to make sure that we save our environment from destructions that come from that kind of a model. So maybe I will take you through how it works so that you understand, so that we go in the nitty-gritties. So what's now vertical lake? So a vertical lake system is a stacked tank systems that go up in the sky. As you can see, this building is made of greenhouse. This is just a normal greenhouse structure, and we've just made sure that it's protected from the environment so that we control everything happening inside here. The greenhouse is also helping us in terms of building the temperatures, because like the tilapia we grow here are some specific required temperatures. For example, around 30 degrees. So that temperature has to be maintained for fish to grow in a nice way. So that's why we have this structure here. If you look at the rooftop, it's made sure that we can harvest as much water as possible so that you can use to fill these structures that you are seeing here, the tank system. And now with the vertical stacking systems, we do put fish in each level of the tank. What happens that after having this vertical, this is what we call a vertical lake model, and several models can make a lake. So we have one vertical lake, and this lake has fish growing in it. So what happens that we put fish in the first tank. Remember that tank has water, rainwater, and every tank has rainwater. So we grow fish and then cycle them in between the tanks, so that if we have like 4 tanks or 6 tanks up in the sky, they move from the first tank to the second tank, to the third, to the fourth. And when they get to the last tank, they are mature to the market. So that means we are able to put 1 gram fish at the top of the tank. And with our own technology, we are able now to move them and get 400 grams or more into the bottom, so that we concentrate in harvesting. Then how do we harvest it? This is a very clean way. It's not net formed, so we can just like release some water to go to the other tank and then pick the right size of fish that we require to go to the market and leave the other ones to grow by minus interfering with the systems. You realize that this system is modular because we have the first model, the second, and we are building the other ones. So that means if you have a problem with the first model, we don't need to interfere with this model. So it kind of separated. So now water flows from up, it goes to different tanks before it comes down, and then we are able to recycle it. In between, we implement what we call gravitational biofiltration. I know that's science.
Very
Yes, it's complex. So we went to the lake and studied how is the lake mechanism operating. Why is the lake is ever fresh? What happens? How do the lake remove sediments? So what's happening with us is that we implement the lake. So now water moves from up, and moving from up, we use some kind of microbes to help us in terms of removing the waste from the system, the same way the lake operates. So what happens is that water is pumped from that tank through our channel. It goes to a biofiltration mechanism where we are able to separate sediments and clean water, and then use microorganisms to purify that water before it goes in the next tank. Now that we've cleaned that tank, in human, let's say like if you are having kidney problem, the blood can pump somewhere, it's purified and comes back to the body. So that's what we are doing here. We can remove the water from one tank, clean it, then take it to the next tank. So we can replicate every level of tank, do individual biofiltration. So when it hits the last tank, we use solar system to pump it back. So to the first tank, so that we are able to recycle it.
All right.
So we've proven that this technology can work to anywhere. We don't depend on a lake, a river, or anywhere that has water to grow fish, but we can grow it anywhere. Look at now fish farm done in urban areas. Yes. Look at this system being done in rooftops, in arid areas like where we are seated today. That's the capacity we've given to this system. The other thing we have done is that specificity. We've proven that with this kind of system, like this one standing here, there's like 10,000 fish growing in it, just one model. That's a lot. And we can now prove that that is equal to around 20 ponds laid down horizontally in the system, in the ground. So we can use very small space to use a lot of water. So those are the things that we've proven. The other thing that we've also proven is about this, the preeminence and organic nature of our fish. We make sure that the biosecurity level is so high so that the fish is very clean, that it can go now to the premium market, even for also that need some clean food for the patients. The other thing is that about the waste management, we don't interfere with the environment. Everything that comes from our system is recycled back to our ecosystem in a better way. Most interesting, lastly, we've made sure that we also have integrated systems like sensors and cameras to help us monitor and manage our vertical lake. For example, each tank has a camera on top of it, and we're also implementing cameras deep inside the water, and those cameras are there to look at fish every time, 24 hours. So they're able to track fish movements, and using an AI algorithm, they're able now to even learn and tell us what's happening. If they're not feeding, if they are sick, if they are not active, so we're able to learn and see what's happening.
All right, and perhaps what species of fish do you have here on the vertical lake? You mentioned omena, so if we started fishing, will I find omena here?
Tilapia market is so big and people love it. So we wanted to say now that we've proven that our system can go tilapia, why can't we build it somewhere that people can easily get it. So we have gone for tilapia not only for food system, but the other value that it brings. For example, tilapia has been proven that it can be used in medical and other aspects. For example, the skin of tilapia has been used in treatment of burns and wounds, but only if it is grown in the right way with biosecurity measures and is clean and traceable. So we were looking at why can't we then grow fish that does not only go for food consumption, but can also have several uses in industries and also in medical and even cosmetic. For your skin, you still need collagen, which can come from tilapia, and that's why we went for tilapia.
Jack, while on our way, Sheila alikuwa anapiga kifua sana, anasema kwamba Vertical Lake is only it's only one actually in the world. I don't know, is it true?
One of the things maybe I just in sort of can say about Vertical Lake, we've looked at different aspects. It's the first lake that's able to give you clean sediments, fish poops, that you will never find anywhere, and we are able to commercialize this. What the future of Vertical Lakes look like, we want also the communities to even own smaller versions of Vertical Lakes so that we can have protein into the communities and people even now getting multiple revenues. If imagine a fish you have to grow for 1 year to sell fish, but people who do like poultry, they sell eggs every day. So they are able to get quick money. So imagine a lake that's giving you fish after 6 months, but every day you can also make money from fish poops, the ways that are coming from here.
So technically, Jaffe, I was right.
You are right.
I think you should pay me for being a good brother. So lastly, before we take our break, I see you've stacked up 1, 2, 3, 4. How high can it go? Is it just 4 that is the maximum? How high can this go?
Yeah, so the future is very bright. We've stacked 4, but this is so scalable, so we can even have like 10. So like the future of this is like, imagine 10 acres of this variety of lakes, maybe like 100 rows of this, and each model has 10 tanks. So we say sky is the limit. As long as we can do the sky, we can have more and more tanks.
Absolutely, that is fantastic. The sky
Is the limit.
is the limit.
But you can still go around.
Yes. So we are up for commercial break. When we will be back, we will have Cynthia and Angie to take us through the production and the distribution phase. Do not go too far. Keep it TV 47.